Alright, welcome back everyone. Scarland here bringing you a new Neverwinter video. And today we're going to be taking a look at the CDP, which is not the Centers for Disease Protection, of course. It's the Collaborative Development Program. Now, Chris Whiteside brought this with him. He developed this program back when he was doing Guild Wars 2, and now he has brought it over to Cryptic Studios for Neverwinter. I can expect probably to see it in Magic Legends as well, and it's something that the community has never seen before. It's a discussion about topics involving the Neverwinter community, so you can leave feedback on the specific topic. This is the second CDP they've done. I felt that this one was important enough to make a video on, and I will leave the link to this topic in the description below. Now, this video is going to be very long. We're going to be going in depth. And the objective is that at some point, Cryptic Studios is going to be changing how the VIP system works in Neverwinter. This is long overdue. It's an outdated program. The VIP needs a complete overhaul at this point. This should have been done probably a couple years ago. However, they're getting to it now. So the difference is that they are taking feedback from the community. Now, whether or not they actually take any advice, listen to the feedback, or they just do whatever it is they want to do, that's up to them, and we'll have to wait and see. Now, there is currently 15 pages of feedback. Today is actually of filming this video, January 31st. This is the last day to leave feedback. I wanted to make this video on that last day. So hopefully you guys have already taken advantage of this. You knew about it. And if you didn't know about it, well, now you can keep your eye on the message boards for the next CDP for whatever the topic may be. However, this one is specifically talking about VIP, and we're really going to go in depth and go over all of this. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video. Leave your comments below, and undoubtedly we'll just see what happens. I don't know when they're going to make any changes to the VIP system. It definitely needs done, and we're going to see what happens. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and jump into this. I want to tackle each topic as well as the examples they give. So if you're following along with the official post that I posted in the description, we're going to go right in order. So number one on the list is going to be the rate of free keys. They state, we are currently granting 1 key a day, which is 30 keys a month. We want to preserve the value of VIP, so if the lockbox odds are improved by 2 times or 3 times, how would you view altering the rate of free keys to a similar value? Now, this is specifically talking about they are toying with the idea of actually lowering the amount of keys that you get per month. So when you buy 1 month of VIP, which costs about $10, you're guaranteed 30 keys a month. Now, the problem currently in game is that the value of lockboxes has gone down significantly. So when you're getting 30 keys a month, I feel that even if they're saying they want to change the odds of the lockboxes, right, they're talking about also changing the odds of the legendary pool or the grand prize per se. They're talking about increasing it 2 to 3 times. Well, unfortunately, we already kind of know the ratios. Fellow YouTuber Rainer has been making Lockbox Open videos now for a few years at least. He's been opening, thousands to 10,000s of lockboxes to generate a, ratio based on what the grand prize is. And in his videos and in his research, which is a very small study, right? When you're opening 10,000 lockboxes, that's a small study, but you can generalize a sort of ratio on how often you're going to pull the grand prize. And currently, the ratio is very low. You're talking about like a 0.17% chance. It's very, very low. So for Cryptic to say, well, we're thinking about improving the lockbox odds by 2 to 3 times, well, 3 times 0.17 is barely 1% still. So if you're toying with the idea of lowering the keys to, let's say, 15 a month instead of 30 a month, that doesn't really do anything for the player. If anything, of course, it's benefiting the company. It's balancing the economy to a degree where now people are getting less bang for their buck. You're paying $10 a month per se, and now you're only getting 15 keys instead of 30 keys, so which equals, only 15 lockboxes a month you're opening, right? So even with a 3 times increased odd balance to the lockbox, you're still not going to be pulling, the grand prize all that often. Now, keep in mind, of course, it is RNG, and you could get lucky and you could pull 3 grand prizes in 15 keys, Now, theoretically, that's not going to happen, but it can happen. It's not impossible. RNG is RNG. It's the random number generator. You could actually pull, 3 grand prizes within 15 keys. Now, like I said, it's highly improbable of doing that. However, you have to look at the price ratio, like I mentioned. If you're paying $10 a month, the main selling aspect for VIP was, well, you're guaranteed those 30 keys, right? Well, now, if you cut that down to 15, it's less appealing to the eye. Now, as a new player, you're not going to know any better. So if you're coming into the game and you're saying, well, I'm a brand new player, I'm thinking about getting VIP, well, yeah, I get 15 keys a month, right? The only people that are going to be really upset about this is, of course, is the people that have been playing the game, the veteran player base, the people that have been playing casually for, coming up on 7 years now. So VIP is a very slippery slope, especially when you want to make adjustments to an outdated system. People have already accumulated so much VIP. I mean, look at the screen right now. You can see I still have VIP for another 516 days, which is, almost 2 years worth of VIP at this point. It's a little less than 2 years. I mean, I've had up to 1,500 days. And I've never had to buy, VIP. That's me personally, because I've already invested all that money in key bundles. So when you want to adjust the amount of keys, like I said, the lock boxes themselves, I think, need an overhaul before you can make any adjustments to the rate of keys. So right now, the way it sits, lockboxes are in a very bad state, in my opinion. They're not really worth anything to a player like me. Now, new players, that's a different story. If you're a new player to the game, you're going to gain loads of refinement points. Me, personally, and a lot of veteran players, we don't need refinement points. That's why, to the veteran player base, lockboxes are not very important. You're not generating revenue off of us at all. So that's pretty much what I want to talk about with that. I think it's a slippery slope. I don't really have any overall suggestions in this. I would say, at the very least, I would like to see a new system come into play where you are guaranteed those keys no matter what. I shouldn't be forced as a human being to log into your game every day. This is something that I've never agreed with. I shouldn't be penalized. If I'm paying $10 a month per se, I should be guaranteed those 30 keys or those 15 keys. There should be an accumulative system into play that, let's say I don't log in for 6 days at a time. Let's say I don't log in for 10 days at a time. Well, the next time I log in, those keys should be waiting for me. You should not have to log into this game every single day just to claim your key. That should be a part of the package, and it should be a cumulative system. There are many other games on the market that do this, that don't, penalize you for giving the company money, but then forcing that player to log in every day. One of the main examples I can think about just currently off the top of my head, of course, is Black Desert Online. They have an accumulative system. I haven't played BDO personally in 3 months, but I know if I log in to Black Desert, I can log in and gain everything that I missed over that 3-month period right up front. As far as gold goes. So there's no reason, like I said, we're on the 7-year cycle right now of Neverwinter, that there should be not an accumulative system. If you're paying for a service, you should be guaranteed all those bonuses. You shouldn't be forced to log into the game every single day to claim your VIP lockbox key. They should be sitting there waiting for you no matter what. So if you pay for 1 month of VIP, you should be guaranteed those 30 keys, period. Like, people have lives outside of the game. What if you go on vacation? What if you have, you know, something in your real life that prevents you from logging into the game for X amount of time, and now all those VIP keys are just gone. They're gone. You can never get them. You have to forcibly log into the game every single day to claim your key. I've never agreed with that system, and now we have the opportunity to maybe change that. I highly doubt they're going to implement a system like that, but I think overall this would significantly boost the morale of the player base. That is something that you need to look at. Whether or not it's 30 keys a month, whether or not you cut that in half and give us 15 keys a month, you need to guarantee those keys to your players. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. It's the alternate to keys. So now they're talking about, let's just say, hey, let's remove lockbox keys altogether. So now the only way to get lockbox keys is to physically buy lockbox keys. So the alternate to keys is there. How would you feel about getting a currency with VIP that allowed you to get items other than keys from doing your daily logins? Would you choose to get preservation wards, coalescent wards, enchanting stones, or other valuable items instead of keys if you had that option? Again, this is a very slippery slope. You're now taking away one of the major selling points for VIP, and that is being the lockbox keys. So if you're to totally remove lockbox keys from VIP and now supplementing it with a new currency, which is just a bad idea in my opinion, is Neverwinter has already like 500 different currencies. Like, there's so many currencies between campaign currencies, event currencies. I mean, there's just so many different currencies in the game currently, and yet you want to add another one on top of that. There has to be a better system that we can think of to better serve the community, especially if you're going to remove keys totally. If anything, if you're going to go this route, you have to split it. So 30 keys a month will drop down in half to 15, but then you add this new currency to make up for the lackluster of only getting 15 keys a month. Now, what you put in the shop, that's up to you. I mean, we already have things in the game that are outdated. There's so many systems in the game that need complete overhauls. Like, we already have the Tarmaloon Trade Bar Merchant. All of this stuff takes trade bars. All of this stuff is outdated. No one is spending 2,400 trade bars on a epic mount. Well, no one that knows what they're doing. I mean, I'm sure people actually do, buy this stuff with trade bars, but that is something that you don't want to do currently. This is a very outdated system. The price ratio is so far off at this point. Now, if you don't know what trade bars are, every time you open a lockbox with a lockbox key, you're also rewarded a little bit of trade bars as I guess you could call it a consolation prize, right? So every time you open a lockbox, you're going to accumulate trade bars, and then you can come to the trade bar shop and trade the trade bars in for mounts, companions, artifacts, whatever the case may be. Now, like I said, this is a very outdated system. All of this stuff is so severely overpriced. Like, when you look at the artifacts, for example, Tomb of the Ascendants is 1,200 trade bars, right? It's going to take you a significant amount of lockboxes before you hit 1,200 trade bars. Well, the Tomb of Ascendants is so outdated that you can just go to the auction house and simply buy this for AD, right? So it's a green. Like, for example, if we go ahead and just look at it real quick, let's go ahead and bring it up. If we go to artifacts and look at Tomb of the Ascendants, they're going to be very cheap. This is something that you're not going to want to spend trade bars on. I mean, there's not even green ones for sale. You can buy an epic version already for 44,000 AD. Like, there's no green ones even for sale. So for someone to waste their trade bars on such a outdated item to begin with, like, it's another system in the game that is just so outdated and needs completely reworked. So the point is if you want to add another shop into the game, I think you need to hold off on that. You need to already focus on the things in the game that you have available to players and just rework the system. Adding another currency, I mean, basically, essentially, is what they're doing is if you go to the PvP, right? And they added a shop to PvP, and we also have the legacy campaigns where you can go and do legacy campaigns. You get tokens every week, and then you can spend them on rewards. And they're all the same rewards. They're preservation wards, they're enchanting stones, etc. So you already have numerous shops. Do you really want to add a third shop? So we have a PvP shop, we have the Legacy Campaign shop that essentially both have the same rewards, and now you want to take, you know, the VIP Lockbox Keys away and add yet a third shop with essentially the same rewards. It just doesn't make logical sense to do that. Not in a game that's 7 years old. Like I said, if anything, you really need to look at, you know, things that you already have available to players and rework all this stuff. Change the prices, do something, update this. Put coalescent wards back in here. Coalescent wards and preservation wards. I mean, why aren't they even in here to begin with? Like, that's something that needs addressed. Coalescent wards were in, you know, the trade bar shop like 5 years ago. You know, it was taken away from us. There's no reason that they're not in there. All these trade bar rewards are considered consolation prizes to begin with. The only people that can get trade bars are people that are actively opening lockboxes. So whether they spent money buying VIP and accumulated keys and then accumulated trade bars that way, or if they directly bought Lockbox Keys to open Lockbox, either way the company should be generating money from those sales, and these are consolation prizes. So you need to update this system and it needs addressed. To add a third shop, I mean, what's the point? I mean, like I said, you also have like the Wondrous Bazaar, which you can just buy stuff for AD outright. But again, there's, you know, this is what fluctuates the market, right? So you can buy, if you currently have VIP 12, rank 12 right now, you automatically get 25% off the Wondrous Bazaar. So I, as a player, can buy Mark of Potency rank 6 for 75,000 AD each, or rank 7s for 93.7. So that right there fluctuates the economy right off the bat, because now everyone has to undercut the Wondrous Bazaar. So if I go to the auction house and I go to look for Mark of Potencies, they have to be less than this in the auction house. A player has to sell this item less than what I can get it from the Wondrous Bazaar. And the game's been like that now for, you know, since its infancy. Everyone has always based prices, you know, talking about the potencies and stuff like that. They've been based off the Wondrous Bazaar. So there's no reason for a player to spend 80,000, 95,000 for one rank 6 potency, when if they have rank 12, they could just come to the Wondrous Bazaar and buy it. That's why no one uses the Wondrous Bazaar. No one uses the Wondrous Bazaar because everyone in the auction house has to undercut this price to make money, right? That's how the economy is working in game. So again, to add an alternate to keys is, again, let me reiterate, another slippery slope with the VIP system that would have to take some time and like the thought process behind it. My personal opinion is that you literally have things in the game that need updated right away. This is stuff that can come months down the road at this point, maybe. And if you want to adjust the amount of keys and add alternate currency to the VIP, I mean, this is just, like I said, it's a very slippery slope. It's a very delicate thing. So that's my point with that. And then the next topic here that we're going to jump into is a very big one. Is the ranking system overall. So how would you feel about the removal of VIP, granting full benefits of VIP 12 while active? And what do you value about the ranks? So what they're saying here is now they're thinking about removing ranks. So now there will no longer even be ranks. So when you buy VIP up front, you get all the benefits. Now, once again, this is a very slippery slope. Anyone that has, you know, days accumulated, those are the people that are going to be upset by this. The people that have, like, you know, 5,000 days of VIP, in their mindset, the way they look at it is that they have paid for 5,000 days of VIP, right? So for you to take all the ranks away and give a brand new player all the ranks right up front, that's what's going to upset the veteran player base. Now, me, I'm indifferent. I'm actually for the change. I'm pro change. I don't think there should be a ranking system at all. When I go to an MMO or any other game and I buy something up front, if I buy VIP, I personally would want all the benefits up front. That's what I'm paying for. To have a VIP ranking system, that's just an outdated system. No real games are using it that system these days. So what we're talking about is basically it's going to benefit the company, because a lot of people, especially the veteran player base, aren't going to want to hear what I'm about to say. You are not the target audience anymore, right? Cryptic Studios does not care about the veteran player base. You are not providing revenue for the company. This is a company, it's a business. Their main goal is to make profit margins. They have quarterly profit margins, yearly profit margins. Neverwinter as a game still has to be turning a profit, right? They have employees to pay, they have overhead, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to go into the business aspect of it. But as a veteran player, you need to realize that with them removing ranks, it's more geared to new players into the game. Cryptic Studios' mindset going into this change in particular would be, how many new players can we convince to actually purchase VIP and keep them playing our game for an extended period of time? They don't care about the veteran player base. You guys have, like for instance, I have 500 and some days. There's people out there with 5,000 accumulated days, 10,000 accumulated. You are not the target audience anymore. So yes, you can be butthurt all you want, but I am in favor of this change because it's going to generate revenue for the company. So as we look at it right now, if a new player comes into Neverwinter and they decide that they want to go VIP, they decided they love the game, they're playing it every single day, they're addicted to it, and now they want to actually spend money, right? They want to open their wallet and give Cryptic Studios money. Well, we have to look at it like there's 12 VIP ranks. 1 month is $10. So a brand new player coming into the game has to spend $120 to get to VIP rank 12. And then they're essentially paying for 1 year membership, right? $10 per month. And if they go all the way to rank 12, they're paying for a year membership and they get everything unlocked. That's $120. Now, as a new player, most people aren't going to do that. They're going to look at that system and say, yeah, I'm not going to spend $120 on a year membership to get all these bonuses. It's an outdated system. It's an outdated process. MMOs these days are not doing that. There's no way there might be some people out there that do it, right? It's not impossible, but it is highly improbable. As a marketing aspect and looking at it, like I said, Cryptic's objective is to get people to buy VIP. That's why they want to redo this system. So a brand new player coming into the game is more willing to buy a VIP package that they're going to gain all the bonus instantly. There is no VIP ranks. Now, they are still going to have to maintain their subscription, right? Ultimately, they're still going to have to pay the same price. They're still going to have to pay that $120 for a year membership. It's still going to be $10 a month. But the thing is, and you have to remember, there's also numerous sales throughout the year where you can start stacking time, right? So if a player waits until Black Friday and they get a X amount % bonus when the price is cut, like this past Black Friday, it was 30% or whatever the case may be. Well, now you're only paying $7, and you have to keep in mind that this time does accumulate. So they can sit there and buy, let's say, 2 years worth of active membership for $7 instead of $10. So they have that option. But the whole point is that as a marketing aspect and looking at this from the outside in and looking at a Cryptic Studio situation on profit margins and how can we get new players to actually buy this product, it makes 100% more sense to remove the ranking system. Because like I said, a new player to the game is more inclined to drop $10, $20 for 2 months if they get all the benefits right up front. Not they have to get, they have to drop $120 instantly to unlock rank 12 to then get all the bonuses. So hopefully that made sense. It was really in depth. I know a lot of people are going to be angry at me because, I'm, in favor of Cryptic doing something. But, I've said this all along. No matter how much I despise the company and how much the company actually hates me, I still want the game to succeed. That's my overall goal. Like, just because they have done so many wrong things in the past does not mean that I still, I still love the game. I want the game to be here for as long as possible. And, I'm hoping with, this feedback video, and hopefully they watch it and actually listen to it, I still want the best for the company, like, even though we've had our differences in the past and Cryptic has let the community down more times than I can count over the past 7 years, I love Neverwinter. Like, I want the game to be healthy. I want the game to succeed. And pushing forward, this is some of the things that need to be done, at least in my own personal opinion. Like, I can look at this as a marketing professional and say exactly what I just said. I can reiterate what I just said. A new player coming into your game is not going to drop $120 in one sitting to get VIP rank 12. They're more inclined to open their wallet if they get all those benefits up front. So that's what I have to say about that. Go ahead and leave me a comment below if up until this point, hopefully you've made it this far. We still have a lot to go over, guys. I said, this is going to be a longer video. Alright, moving right along, the next thing on the message board post here is the current benefits. Which of the current benefits of VIP do you value and why? And then let's also tie in new benefits. What would you like to see added in terms of benefits? Now, personally, the most important thing to me, again, personally, is going to be the signpost, the mailbox, and the banking portal. VIP keys are irrelevant to me because I'm just so rich in the game. I'm well over 3 billion AD and probably another 2 billion in assets. So, my net worth is like 5 billion, right? Like, money is irrelevant to me. Lockboxes are irrelevant to me. The thing that I need from VIP is 100% the signpost, the mailbox, and the banking portal. Now, they need to expand on this. In my own personal opinion is, there should be, you should be able to summon, like, your guild banker. You should be able to sell the guild coffer, some things that can be changed is teleports Moonstone Mask. It shouldn't even be here. You should just move that to the signpost. There's no reason to have a teleport to Moonstone Mask instantly here when you can just add it to the signpost, right? Summon the Seal Trader is irrelevant to me. Profession Vendor, I could use it sometimes, but like, those are like the base core features of VIP, right? But then, like I said before, we also have all these other benefits that are all locked behind ranking system. So we could go through here and go over all of these, but I'm not going to do it. The way they should do it is just add stuff. They shouldn't really be removing things. There are some examples that we're going to be getting into in the next topic, but like, if anything, they shouldn't directly be removing stuff. This stuff just needs cleaned up. Like, invocation, instead of being at a campfire, you can invocate anywhere. That's just a nice little bonus that comes with having VIP. It's stuff like that that needs to stay in the game, right? I think one of the base features here is, I'm trying to find it because I don't remember what rank you actually get it to. So it's actually rank 5 with the campfire, right? So now you have to spend $50 to get to VIP rank 5 if you want to invocate anywhere, right? Or you have to have altars on you. I'm looking for the injuries, because the injuries are a big selling point. I think yeah, 7. So now we're at the $70 if you're a new player. We're talking about the immunity to injuries, right? take it out of the game. Injuries shouldn't even be at the game at this point. Just take it out of the game. When you're in a dungeon and you spring a trap and you get injured, you know, you either get an injury to your legs, which decreases your movement speed, blah, 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 blah. Just remove it. Remove the whole thing out of the game. It's an outdated feature. There shouldn't be any traps in any of the newer dungeons. I know it's Dungeons and Dragons, right? And having the traps in dungeons is very Dungeons and Dragons related, but this game is on its life cycle of coming up on year number 7 at this point. That's something that needs to be looked at as a developer standpoint and be like, this feature is more annoying to players than fun. Just take it out of the game. And it's just small stuff like that. Like, you want to clean up VIP, you know? Like, I don't really have any major qualms with what we currently have. Like, for instance, at VIP rank 8, no auction house posting fee. So when you're listing numerous items in the auction house, you don't have that listing fee. That's a big deal. You're saving money on that, right? And most people are accustomed to VIP. I believe I've even done a VIP video in the past. I'm not 100% sure. You'd have to search my channel and look through my past videos to go and see. If not, I know other content creators have done videos on VIP. We're not going to go over every single one of these. But like I said, as just an overall feedback, it needs cleaned up a little bit. What are some of the things that I would personally add to VIP? Like I said, summoning the guild bank, for instance, summoning the guild coffer, you know, just little things, little quality of life improvements that can be added. I think in what we'll talk about in the next session when we go over the examples is one of the examples they listed is like raising the amount of rough astral diamonds that you can refine a day. I'm fine by that. Now, you have to decide as a company, what approach are you actually going to do? Are you going to remove the ranking system? Or are you going to keep the ranking system? If you keep the ranking system, you need to increase the ranking system. And then everything needs all balanced out again. And if you do keep the ranking system, then the example that they used about accumulating more rough AD. So right now, currently, you can only refine 100,000 rough AD on your account total. So they're thinking to increase that. So let's say if you have VIP, you'll get a 15% increase, which would be 115,000. Well, if they're going to keep the ranking system, I feel that this should go up. It should be 100% bonus if you're maxed out on VIP. So let's say it goes to rank 24. VIP goes to rank 24. They literally double it. So if you get to rank VIP 24 now, you get 100% bonus. So and now instead of being able to refine 100,000 AD a day, now you can do 200,000 AD a day. It's a small bonus. It's not going to break the economy. It's not going to hurt anyone. And it rewards the player base for being more involved in the game. It's very easy to make 100,000 AD per day. Well, now if you're doubling that amount, now players have to spend more time in your game, right? And that's the whole objective. You want players to be playing your game. The more time they're in your game, the better, right? So I don't really have too much else to say about that. You know, they need to, as a company, decide what direction they want to do before I can actually give general feedback on stuff like that in particular. Like I said, are they going to remove the ranking system? Or are they going to keep the ranking system? If they do keep the ranking system, things need to be balanced, adjusted, things need to be tweaked, added, removed, etc. Maybe I'll eventually do a whole nother video on that based upon how Cryptic Studios takes all this feedback into consideration, and they as a company have to decide how they're going to push forward with the VIP system. Okay guys, I know this video has been lengthy, but hopefully you have made it this far. This is the last topic of the video, and this is going to be the examples that they gave. Now this isn't necessarily what's going to happen or what they plan on doing, but I mean this gives you a hint of what the developers are thinking about when it comes to the VIP and what they're going to do, or what they feel they're going to go in that direction at least. So let's go over these examples. This is the last topic in this video, and it was the last topic in the official message board post if you're following along. So this is the VIP examples. Instead of directly getting reroll tokens, VIP would be given a VIP currency and would have a store. The contents of the store would adjust over time, but would likely start with things such as Prez Wards, Enchanting Stones, Companion Tokens, and Reroll Tokens. Now, like I said, we talked about this earlier in the video. I think this is a horrible idea. Personally, they don't need a VIP shop. If they do, that's something much further down the road where they have to rework VIP to a good state first, and then maybe eventually they can add an actual VIP shop. However, the way it sits right now, you know, we already went over this, but I want to talk about the reroll tokens in particular. So, I believe you get 3 tokens total, reroll tokens. I believe that's correct. So, if you're VIP rank 12, you get 3 reroll tokens. Now, what this is if you get 3 tokens. My daily rewards is listed right here. So the reward reroll tokens is what you use at the end of a dungeon, right? You open the chest at the end of a dungeon. You don't like its contents, so you re-roll that chest. Now, I feel personally that this number needs to be increased, not removed at all. Like, they need to be adding more of these, because again, like I mentioned before earlier in the video, you want people to be playing your game. The more time they have in the game, the better, right? So you want people to actively be running dungeons. Now, if you don't have reroll tokens, you can still re-roll chests at the end of the dungeon. However, it's going to cost you directly astral diamonds, right? And no one wants to do that. No one wants to waste AD, because again, another broken system in the game that they have slowly been working on is dungeon rewards. You don't want to, run a dungeon and have to spend astral diamonds to re-roll the chest, because chances are you're going to lose money. You're not going to make money out of that chest if you're re-rolling with astral diamonds. So the reroll tokens are a way that you can accumulate these. And for me, for instance, if we look at mine, I don't run dungeons. I haven't run dungeons in a while because dungeons aren't worth it, because ever since mod 16, the scaling content is a joke. So personal opinion of mine is, I just don't run dungeons. There's no monetary value for me personally to where I'm at in the game. There's no incentive for me to run dungeons, period, other than the latest content, right? Like mod 18, for instance, just came out on PC. It'll be coming out at the end of the month of February for console, and then a new dungeon opens up. I'll be running that dungeon X amount of times until I get the rewards that I need from that dungeon, and then I'm never going to run that dungeon again. You can see here that I almost have 2,000 reroll tokens accumulated. I feel that you should give players more access to these and more of these tokens, right? 3 a day seems like a lot. So, over the course of 30 days, you're accumulating a good bit, right? But that's assuming you also log in every day. Remember how I said earlier in the video that these rewards should accumulate and you shouldn't be penalized for not logging in. Like, I would have way more of these if I logged in every day. I'm to the point personally where I don't even log in every day. I don't even log in and claim my daily VIP key. So I'm not getting those reroll tokens either. That's just to where I'm at personally in the game. New players, they're logging in every day, most likely. If they have VIP, they still are enjoying the game enough where, it's not a chore to them to log into the game. They're logging into the game, they're actively playing, they're running dungeons, and they need those reroll tokens. So these should definitely not be removed. Not in the slightest, in my opinion. The next example is, again, the Lockbox Keys. 10 to 15 Lockbox Keys per month. These would now be in the new VIP store, and players could go all in on keys to max out at 15, or could opt for fewer keys and more of other rewards, which give players more flexibility in what VIP offers them. Now, I like the philosophy behind this. The idea they have here is a good direction. However, instead of penalizing players, those lockbox keys need to be guaranteed. They need to come up with a system that not only gives the lockbox keys, but maybe this other currency that then players can then either buy more lockbox keys or other rewards. So my suggestion is that if they're going to lower the VIP keys from 30 to 15, you need to make sure that you are guaranteed your player base 15 lockbox keys a month, right? But also, you're also going to give that player the option to buy an additional 15 keys. So hopefully you're following what I'm saying here. So if you buy 1 month of VIP, you're going to be guaranteed 15 keys, but you're also going to be accumulating a secondary VIP currency that you can spend that currency on the VIP store to either A, buy another 15 keys, which would then give you 30 keys a month, or you spend that VIP currency on other rewards, such as, Prez Wards, Co Wards, blah, 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 whatever they put in that VIP shop. That would be the ultimate end game goal that I would definitely push for, because you don't want to penalize your players. I can't express that enough. Cryptic Studios loves penalizing their players, and this philosophy needs to change. This ideology needs to change. You need to stop taking things away from your player base. So there is no reason that if that's the direction that they want to go and ultimately end game, and this is how VIP is going to be from here on out, that is my number one suggestion and what I would like to see regarding that topic. You get 1 month of VIP, you're guaranteed 15 games that will accumulate, right? 15 keys. So if you don't log in for 15 days and you log on the 15th day, you are still guaranteed those 15 keys. You'll get all those keys at once. But at the same time, you're also going to accumulate the VIP currency, which then you can in turn go to the VIP shop and either buy different rewards with your currency or buy an additional 15 keys for 30 keys overall. I think that's the best scenario. Moving right along. Increased the odd chances on items and lockboxes moving forward. I mean, we've already discussed this in the video. They're already in the process of doing this. They're already experimenting with lockboxes. I don't really have any much more to say about that. I already said lockboxes currently are in a very bad state. The value coming from lockboxes is just absolute doo-doo butter. They need to do something overall with lockboxes, not just increase the grand prize reward that literally does nothing. Like I said, when you're going from a 0.17% chance and you increase that by 3 times, you're barely at a 1% chance. It's irrelevant as far as increasing odds. We talked about this earlier, a higher cap on refined Astral Diamonds per day for VIP, 15% more. So that means instead of 100,000, you would be getting 115,000. I've already went over this and how I feel that they should handle that. Ability for VIP to change loadouts away from campfires. That is huge. I would definitely like to see that added in game. That's definitely just a quality of life feature that should already be included in VIP. I would like for that to definitely be added into the game. So you can basically at will, as long as you're not in combat, you'll be able to change your loadouts freely. You don't have to be at a campfire. That is huge. That is huge for when you're in dungeons. You don't have to pre-plan the dungeon ahead of time. Well, this is an AoE situation. Well, where's the next campfire? Is the campfire before the boss? Am I able to switch to my single target loadout before we get to the boss? Because there's a campfire before the boss. But then after we kill that first boss, is there a campfire after the first boss so I can then switch back to my AoE? Like, it's just a mess. There's no reason that we shouldn't be able to change our loadouts anywhere freely. So if they want to add that to only being a VIP feature, I'm 100% in favor of that. Increased health gain from VIP grants every member of your group 1% of their base health as additional max HP. maximum 5% with a full group of VIP. Like, we already kind of have these boosts in game, right? Like, I think we get HP boosts already when you have, the power of VIP adds 1,000 HP to every member of your group, 2,000 if you're greater than 60, blah, 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 blah. Like, this stuff is already in the game. They're kind of just improving on it, right? And I don't have any problems with this. There's no reason that it shouldn't be done. I mean, if they want to add it, it's just one of those minor bonuses that, hey, yeah, you get this with VIP, big whoopee, it's added HP, yippee. That's not one of the major selling points of VIP, but it is a nice additional bonus. There's nothing wrong with that. It's already in the game. They're just actually increasing it by a percentile based, right? Removal of the VIP ranks, meaning that anyone who purchases VIP gets full benefits. We spent a significant amount of time talking about that already. So, yeah. That's basically it, guys. I don't really have any more personally to say about VIP. I might make another video down the road when maybe Cryptic actually gives us information on the direction that they're going to take. I really hope that they actually watch this video. Chris Rightside, I hope you watched the whole video. It was legitimate good feedback. I was very minimal between my negativity in this video. So hopefully, Mr. Whiteside, you watched the whole video. Hopefully you got some good actual feedback from not only a veteran player, but a huge voice in the community as well. Everyone else, thank you so much for listening/watching. Leave me a comment below. Hopefully you guys took part in the discussion and left your feedback. Like I said, today, as I'm filming this video, it is January 31st, 2020. Today was the last day to voice your opinion on the message boards. So if you did miss this CDP, be on the lookout for the next one. I will try to do videos on all these CDPs from here on out, depending on what the actual topic is and how I feel about it and how it's going to affect the community, the game, and the company. So thank you guys for watching, listening. Leave me a comment below. Let me know your feelings on this. I know it was a long video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one.